Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of the daily Astro Gravitational Report for you guys. Divine intervention is going to be all over the place. Just look at it through the charts of everything that is going on. We're going to have a lot of up downs and divine interventions. You're going to be looking into the divine. You're going to be looking at into those energies, guidance. Why are you looking at for the guidance though? If the guidance came to you on an earlier stage and you mess it up, which is normal, we are guilty of this, including this guy talking to you. But talking about this energy is about you go back to review it. Mercury retrograde, that incredible moments that we currently work on ourselves. And give you a reminder, we have a Venus, North, Chiron, Mercury, and the Sun still in Aries. They are all about personal work of understanding the love and money. But that is at the time when the moon is gonna be comes in and is gonna trigger that healing. But the healing begins with one thing: self-love. Love towards your oneself. Love that you expected from others, love that you wanted from others, and you right now. Not co-depending on that love, but develop it within yourself. A lot of you is going to be looking into the love, into the divine, but still you're looking for an outside source. When are you going to become the source is the question. That energy is going to comes in, is going to be triggering. There's going to be very beautiful energies throughout the day. I think one of the greatest time that was at 5, but later on in the afternoon and later on tonight, at night, we are going to have, just before we go to bed, we are going to have this beautiful appreciations of the divine. You're going to figure it out that during the day we're going to have a synchronized energies, a very intense high level of energies, and all of a sudden, as soon as the intensity goes in the next hour, the divine comes in and it's going to calm it down because you're beginning to understand certain things depending on you. Certain things, it is about the energies working from within you. So, with that being said, we're going to go towards what's happening in the hour. 7 o'clock is been for a little while. The midheaven, it's still at Capricorn square as what is possible at Aries. It is opposing things at Cancer, and you get in it with that energies. Most of you probably gonna be working on yourself about projects, works, what else new I can do, unfinished business, unfinished working projects, and getting it in this. If you're going to work, you probably already figured it out. There is some certain communication shuts off. You're supposed to keep your mouth shut and not looking at the things while you're trying to steering the pot for things. And that steering the pot comes in from the moon. The moon currently, when I wake up in the morning, is going to be squaring Mars and Saturn, which is as a, oh, you guys limiting on me, you're limiting me on that. You go back home, you're limiting me, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Your limitations, your personal limitations. Don't force your limitations on others as well. So be pay attention into that energies because that is a connecting strictly with the authority with yourself, which is the midheaven. It's squaring the sun, and that can lead 2 ways. Either other prevent you to be something, In the business, there is this term, it's called gatekeeper. You guys know what I'm talking about. The gatekeeper is the person who keeps the personnel down and don't prevents them to grow and rise up in the company to take to a manager or any other positions. Do it like a fear instead of understanding the performance of the people depending on the company. If you understand it, business, hopefully you do. But look at yourself in there as a business. What do you do? What are you supposed to gain in there? Is about you to tell yourself, is that job is good for you? Is that job working out for you? So many questions, right? All of a sudden, in the next hour, the energy just at 8 o'clock, it's just change. It's more synchronized. Even underneath the pressures of the moon towards Mars and Saturn, it's kind of like, okay, even though the limitations are there, I'm going to keep going forward. Why? The moon, it is sextiling the North Node and Chiron. You're gonna be keep going towards your destiny no matter what. That is it in you. Your destiny is yours. And as I said a few days in there, you're gonna be following that. Evolution is coming and it's bringing you to that destiny. You to be evolved to reach out your highest potential in there. And that higher potential is gonna be require one thing: change, transform, evolve, grow. Evolution has no mercy. She just said, you either go forward and evolve, or I'm going to keep giving you the same things over and over. And this is one of the reasons why you're looking at yourself. Why reoccurring situation comes to my life? Well, boy, you have not evolved, outgrow them. Thinking about more of the whys as the evolution's asking about it. And evolution says, like, well, you want to evolve, but you don't want to do a work. I'm going to bring you the work, no matter what. All right, too much fun with that. For it at 9 o'clock energies, you're gonna be feeling it, that positiveness of mid-heaven compared to the last hour that the mid-heaven was with the transformations. That's what it's all about. Right now, you're looking at out of yourself what you have been accomplished to this time. Some of you is going to be reevaluating their own emotions. Since the moon is in Gemini, you're probably going to look the positive, the negative emotions. Let me tell you the positive emotions. Those positive emotions, they're going to have a lot to do of healing within yourself. The negative emotions, though, they are going to have with those visions in the shadow. You see, if you're projecting within yourself, the lower self, the ego, the shadow side, and you believe that whatever happens in the shadow is going to happen your way, but it doesn't happen, you got wrong visions. But if you allow the visions to come to you naturally, there are your guidance of what you need to do in your shadow. Pretty interesting moment, guys. And the next hour, which is going to be at 10 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be entering Pisces. That is going to begin to really steering the pot a little bit with Lilith. They're both Liliths right now. The one is 20 degrees, the other one is 21 degrees. In there, they're both in Virgo. Beautiful that they're in Virgo because there is this divine energies towards areas. And the one of the energies is going to be pointing out towards Venus. The other energy is been pointing out for a very long time, doing the shadow towards what? Chiron and the North Node. You're clearing stuff to get to your destiny. But that is going to be required, and not just to talk, it's going to be required the walk. You to do the walk. All right, the next energy is hour. That's going to be at 11 o'clock. A lot of interesting things we're going to be experiencing in about 2 days. As the moon, it's going to be at Cancer. Family trees, family situations, and so on and so on. You're free out of the family chain. You're going to be getting in those angel wings and you're going to fly. But if you are blaming your family that you cannot reach your destiny in there, guess what? You should look inside of you. Why you blaming them? What happened with your family tree line? What is it in there? I did the chart today about for to talk about this. You guys need to understand that your family give you only an information and the basic stuff. You picked up that family, you picked up that family members, so you can go in there and solve the issues. As example, to heal that family tree line. That's what you got yourself in there. Uh, Sorry about that, but I'm very thirsty. My throat is drying. But the good side, if you look at it on this, for it is when the moon, it's gonna be at Cancer in the 2 days. There's gonna be the energies of emotions that you have to process from within. Yeah, it's gonna be triggering the things and areas. It's gonna begin to trigger Venus. It's gonna begin to trigger the North Node, then the Chiron, then Mercury, and then we're gonna have a first quarter moon. What happens in the first quarter moon? You evaluated everything that you've done from ever since the new cycle, the new moon began, in there to of what it is the main issues. Now, since you want to be on the first quarter moon, you're like, okay, I understand 1/4 of what's going on. I need to go ahead and see the opposition. That's going to happen when the moon is going to be where? At, at Scorpio. Okay, that's what's going to happen because we are going to have a full moon where Taurus, Scorpio energies. You guys know from the last year what happened within this Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo situations. So if you're one of those four zodiac signs, be aware. Okay. Now we're talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 12 o'clock. That energy is going to be primarily focused out of the love, out of towards Venus. But Venus doesn't have any positive aspects, guys, right now. You're going to feel like, oh, hell, everything goes to hell. Nobody loves me. Nobody this, nobody that. Nobody gives me what I want. I'm by myself. You're supposed to be by yourself. Just if you cannot enjoy your own company, your own self, that means you don't love yourself. That means, guess what? If you don't love yourself, how do others love you? But how you going to understand how to love others? So currently, some of the people are gonna go into the hermit isolation mode, just simply because they are depending on an outside source without looking at it. They are the source. You are the source of that love, guys. You are. But Venus, that it's there in areas right now, it's telling you, love yourself the first and the most, and then give that love to others. For some of you, this energy is gonna come in, kicking your butt in there. Won't spare you that. But the midheaven is gonna be with Mercury retrograde. Of course, you're gonna be go back, gonna be reevaluating things, reevaluate your own self, your own actions. It's like, okay, did I did good on this? Did I did exactly the way it is? It's from because here it is. In order you to be the gentleman in there, the gentleman has the strength to go out and apologize for the wrongdoing. But if you look at it, that principle inside of yourself, that internal masculine energy strength, you have to look at it, the courage. What are you going to tell yourself if you self-harming yourself and you have to apologize to yourself for harming yourself? because this is the energy that it's connecting to the wounded healer. Who is wounded? Who wounded you? Sometimes you are the one who wounding your own self. Oh boy, it is what it is. But in the next hour, the energy is gonna comes back. It's gonna be great. The ascendant is at pretty much the last degrees of Leo. That is gonna put some this beautiful trine of fire. The moon is sextiling the north node. We have the Lilith there coming in together. Divine energies in there going on. Jupiter and Uranus are pretty much together, so expect the unexpected, the things that's gonna be turning your point. All of a sudden, everything that you resist right now, you don't resist because you're understanding. Going to the way it was, it's not gonna be the way because it is a new way. It is what it is. Fighting the new ways, it's not gonna be helping you. It's not gonna be healthy from within yourself. So instead of getting in there, you're wondering where the divine is. Well, the divine has been within you all along. If you are have something in the last degrees of Leo, the first degrees of Virgo, you currently are under the blessings of Pluto, who is in divine aspects in there. And you're gonna find out those aspects of what you need to do. That's gonna be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon energy. The things is gonna be all of a sudden gonna calm down, and the divine is coming in with a nice, peaceful energy towards you. But when you find your internal peace inside of you, that peace is gonna comes in and trigger it. The highest level of joy, vibrations, and self-illumination. Okay, that's what it is. Either the student, the teacher, the master, but all three, they illuminate themselves for that process of illumination. And if you're a student, you have a fear to become a teacher. If you're a teacher, you're like, oh, I am not worthy to become a master. Well, the master knows one thing. I am the student who still has to learn, but I'm helping others to study themselves. Too much Aries energy, guys. It is about pouring out towards within yourself. And as in the next hour, we're talking about this, the ascendant is going to be moving into Virgo. Now, that ascendant is very close to the both Lilith, the mean and true Lilith. For it, that is going to comes in these divine energies towards Chiron, towards Venus, towards Mercury. You're going to get this positive shock of the divine energies. And at this time, since the moon it begins to move more within the end of Gemini, right now the moon is in divine energies with Pluto. The Pluto is going to be giving you the divine intuition that works with this. Oh, this is work within the divine. Oh, now I see this number. What are they meaning? Oh, I seen it. Now somebody comes in, says something to you, and you're like looking at these informations. That divine energies, guys, is gonna come in and talk to you. Pretty good. Of course, there's gonna be some challenges. Midheaven it goes where the moon was earlier. That's gonna be squaring the ascendant, the Lilith, the Mars, and Saturn. Impatience. Those who has a patience within himself, he owes the world. At the same time, we're going to have this divine energies towards the moon, and that energy comes in and really is going to be asking you to be patient. For those who cannot be patient, that's going to trigger Mars. Mars is going to be blowing the fuses. He's like, all those teachings, those this, those that. I don't know. I don't want to deal with it right now. I don't. This is not true. This is not this. This is not that. Until you learn it, You have to mature and grow. In the next hour, the midheaven goes into a Cancer. That energy is going to be continue to be intense for it. The ascendant is in Libra, it's opposing Chiron, and you're wondering where the divine is. Well, the divine is going to comes in and fight your battles. If you're putting a chart at 7 p.m. In there, you can find a chart for the date for it through some of the websites. You're going to see this beautiful kind of like a bow with an arrow that it's shooting. But that bow and arrow, they are pointing out to two things, Chiron and the North Node. So within midheaven being in Cancer in there, that divine energies that it's gonna comes in, pay attention if you have something specifically at Sag, you're gonna feel these divine energies coming towards you. But the divine expression is either writing, sculptures, painting, and so on. But you, as an acting, as a human soul that has experience here, you're also an art. You're also an expression. And that expressions, it comes within you. This is why you're here, to express yourself. All right, some of you facing challenges and divine it's going to be interfered. It's like, you know what, these challenges are too much for you. These things are not good for you. These things are not great for you. There is a divine energies all over the place, talking about from the North Node towards Mars as he's beginning to move there. We have this divine energies. The ascendant is in the lower realm of Libra, almost exiting Libra is the divine energies with Neptune and Pisces. And you're wondering where the divine is. Divine has always been there, working behind the scenes, steering the pot. And you're like, well, I see that pot. And then the universe says, like, oh, did you see the other pots? You have more than one. And you're like, what do you mean, Dio? You have more than one situations. Every situations is one pot. So be mindful what kind of steering you do. All right, so you grow. That's gonna be at 9 o'clock. Beautiful midheaven energies at Leo. Power. That structure of power of the kings and the queens that comes in and holding the key. Some of you is going to be working on the connections with Egypt. I'm talking about it because Chiron represents the ink, the key of love. And that energy is currently at that hour in there. We are talking about that midheaven, it's 20 degrees of Leo. That is going to be bringing this beautiful trines towards the sun, which is 24, towards Mercury, which is 21 degrees. Chiron, there is at 19 degrees. You're going to feel this firing energies in there. You're going to get this power, it's going to get into you, but at the same time, the moon is already moving into Cancer, 1 degree, and she's in divine aspect with 1 degree of Pluto that is in Aquarius. Take a new road. Do something new within the family. Thinking about the family in totally new way, not the way you were raised. All right, so talking about at 10 o'clock, divine energies coming from Lilith, from the ascendant, exactly the North Node, and Chiron. You can heal yourself once you reach out to destiny, but the destiny is gonna call you to heal your wounds. The divine, there is like a letter A pointing out, and that is going to be more evolved with you doing these examples of healings. You are the example for the next generations, for the kids. Now those properly raised kids, they're going to continue passing the torch of that positiveness, of this spirituality in there for the next generation. But all begins with what? With you. Are you beginning to be transforming yourself? And that transformation is going to come from the moon. Divine energies with Pluto. Take the new road, take the new way, take this improvement, make it an improvement in all areas of life. And that's what Pluto in Aquarius does. And at 11 o'clock, the divine energies, the midheaven, is together with Lilith's powerful divine energies in there, very concentrate, powerful divine energies. You're going to feel these interventions inside of you. Like the divine brings this communications, bring these healings in there, and you're rising all that. You take that authority. Some of you, once it takes that authority, you're going to be like, yeah, I got the power. I can do anything I want. And guess what? That's when you screw up. Why you're supposed to be looking the area of concerns, how to helping others. Not like, oh yeah, I'm in control. I can do anything I want. Ever heard about abuse of power? Some of you are going to be understanding this, that you maybe overcome somebody else's will just so you can perform in a certain ways, and you put these people down. But the divine is gonna comes in and tells you, you know what, everything's gonna be okay, because the person I sent to you, I sent it for that reason. And this is gonna be the divine looking at inside of it, and it's gonna challenging, not just belief system. It's gonna challenge you to grow and mature. Okay, guys, that's what it was, the Astro Gravitational Report. Thank you guys for watching, and I will come back tomorrow and talk to you. See you later. Beloved guys.